Hey everyone, welcome to Urban Rush. It is Thursday, February the 2nd, 2012, and that means, kids, it is Groundhog Day.
Who cares?
It's also 2/2/2012.
2/2/2012.
It's a lot of twos.
No, what? You're trying to create symbolism where no symbolism exists.
I'm saying there's a lot of twos.
But you
Take with it what you want.
You made it sound like there was some significance to 2/2/2012.
It's a lucky day for people who like the number 2.
And for people that like large, fat white men holding up furry animals, it's also a big day.
It's Groundhog Day, so we've got everybody on Gobbler's Knob, Pennsylvania, just...
Wyerton, Ontario, everywhere else. I understand, you know, there's pagan rituals and there's things that you can...
This is a Christian holiday,
but it's just,
which I didn't know.
Hold the ground. It's just weird.
If he sees the shadow, which both of them did, it's supposed to mean a longer winter.
Both of them being Puxatawny and
Wyerton.
Because
those are the two
everybody's
biggest ones.
like Alberta's got theirs now. Saskatchewan has their own groundhog. I think BC's got a groundhog.
No, we don't.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
No,
we tried to get one in here today. None of the hairy guys around here were willing to take their shirts off. We were going to get somebody to jump up.
Remember when we used to do that? We had a guy who was so hairy.
That we would get him to jump up from behind the sack.
We used to get him to jump up and see if we could see his shadow, and we never could.
Rob Daniels, wherever you are, we need you here today. But anyway,
both
groundhogs saw their shadows, which means there's 6 more weeks of winter, which means the longer winter. And I call BS on that because it's supposed to be sunny, 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 sunny times infinity here in Vancouver. We never get to see that in the forecast, so I'm going to just believe in it for once.
Yeah, and this is the land of spring and sunshine. When you look outside today, it looks absolutely gorgeous. There's snow on the mountains.
It was so pretty this morning.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm up to Whistler this weekend, so I'm pretty psyched for that.
Oh, there's going to be some sick, what do you call it?
Sick
deep
pow. You can see some sick deep pow up there.
Are you a 2-planker wanker this weekend, or are you going to take your snowboard?
Yeah, no, I'm 2-plank, man. I don't snowboard really anymore. I'm not down with that.
You're that old, eh?
Well, no, I find that snowboarding has sort of... See, this happened to skiing, and maybe this is boring if you don't participate in snow sports, but skiing reached its nadir, snowboarding came in, and totally surpassed it. It was way more fun. It was new. It was novel.
Technology. I don't ski. The skis look like I might even try it one of these days.
That's the thing. Ski technology has just gone. So all of a sudden, you can be in the pipes. You can be in the terrain part.
Those boots just used to be too uncomfortable for me.
No, they're still uncomfortable.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Do you still have to walk forward?
No. Well, they have them so
like you're in a Michael Jackson video.
The heel unlocks now on some of them, and they're heated, so they're slightly more comfortable, but they're still
not so much.
You know, you're walking around in stormtrooper.
But it's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, going to be gorgeous. Now,
yesterday I went for lunch with a couple of my girlfriends, and I always seem to see the Canucks when I'm having lunch.
Ooh, big game tonight for the Canucks.
Last time I went for lunch with the same girls, I saw one of the Sedins. I'm not sure which one, but his son was sitting under the table, and it was adorable. And very well behaved. He just liked to sit under the table.
I understand that. My kids like to do that when we have a big Sunday dinner, and when they're finished dinner, they're allowed to play under the table.
Well, they won that game when I saw the Sedins at the same restaurant. And yesterday, as soon as we walked in, we noticed Luongo was having lunch with some of his boys. Now, I took a creepy picture.
Creepiest picture ever.
I took a super creepy picture, and I was just going to show this to my nephew because my nephew is the biggest Luongo fan on the planet.
Are you sure that's Roberto Luongo?
It totally is. I have a couple more. He's eating, and it was rude of me to do that, and this was not supposed to be for TV. But then something happened that made that photo integral to the plot. I was at Cactus Club. He was having lunch with his boys. Just Cash. He's from Vancouver. Everybody's like, saying hi and stuff, and he's so gracious. You know, just a couple of people asked him
when
for
his
his
autograph.
autograph.
A bite, does everyone go, Lou?
Well, a group of men walked in all at once, and they were all very, athletic-looking boys, and I thought, would the Blackhawks still be here? Because I never recognize them when they're in their skivvies, right? No, it was the entire Detroit Red Wings team walked in, and the restaurant went dead silent, and every single person turned and looked at Luongo like, what's he gonna do?
And what did he do?
The enemy is here. He kept on eating.
Oh, you would say they all know each other. They're all...
Well, no, it was awkward. It was really awkward because it got all a West Side Story up in the joint. Like, you didn't know who was going to do what, right? And everybody's like, it was like a ping pong match. People were doing this.
Boy.
All the Detroit Red Wings sat down at a table together. There they are. I took another creepy photograph. And the funny thing was, it was only by coincidence that
Are you sure those are Detroit Red Wings?
100%. All of them have Slavic accents. That means they're in hockey, right?
Which, of course, signifies Detroit around the world.
But the funny thing was, they were all watching. If you look in the photo, they're all looking up at the monitor. It was by coincidence that Sportsnet was playing a bunch of footage from the Stanley Cup riots. It was just a coincidence.
You better watch out, boys.
And so, of course, I
we're
knew
coming to get you.
my nephew and everyone else would want to know the Detroit Red Wings did not order any alcohol. They ordered salads, and they had Perrier, and they were asking the waitress where the nearest movie theater was. Now, I was really hoping that they would be going to see one of those Valentine's Day flicks to prepare for the game tonight.
And what's the new Katherine Heigl
Yeah, whatever
one?
that one was. I'm like,
whatever.
I really hope they're going to a chick flick. I said to the waitress, because she came over and told us it was the Red Wings, and told us that they were very lovely and polite, no alcohol. And I'm like, can't you just send over a tray of shooters?
So Lou didn't go over and just start feeding them right hands?
No,
Nothing?
Lou got up and left, and it was one of those awkward things where you're that kid in class that wants to be nice, but you don't know. And he looked over almost like he was going to go over and shake their hands, but like none of them were acknowledging him.
So Roberto Luongo dined and dashed?
Totally.
Wow. That's crazy. I can't believe that. What a game it's going to be tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a goodie.
Detroit, of course, leading our conference. The Canucks in second place. So this is just another great game. We're getting spoiled the last week or so as
I know, all the big
hockey
games
fans here.
happening.
The other big news, everybody's talking about it today. We talked about it a little bit yesterday because it was speculated that Facebook would be announcing their initial public offering, their IPO. They did it yesterday. And the fascinating part of this whole story is that when you file the paperwork to do an IPO,
people know how much money you got.
all of a sudden you have to open up your books. You have to open up your business to examination
Guess who's
from
making
investors.
it rain?
Who's making it rain? Toonies.
How much does Mark Zuckerberg have?
I mean, it's insane. If the IPO goes as planned and as stated, they're estimating that within a year he will be worth almost $30 billion.
Think of all the hoodies he can buy.
Oh, crazy. The initial IPO was for $5 billion, but I loved the little things like they had, they broke down the value of the company based on advertising, revenue, and everything. Each person who has a Facebook page, their page is worth $4.73 on average.
And considering all the time you people spend on those pages,
It's pretty bad. That's really not very good.
well, it doesn't generate a revenue. It's the
No,
most popular
but
thing in the world, but it doesn't generate money.
This is the other thing, like all their privacy practices, all their advertising practices, all that stuff now is going to be in the public domain. People will understand how their business works, and it will be fascinating to see how that affects the whole idea of them being a social media hub. But having said that, I'm buying.
Really?
No, I don't know. I never buy
gonna be
stocks.
overpriced.
Stocks are madness.
Okay,
It's gambling.
we're going to check in with Elise and find out what's happening at Rock 101.
Hey, have you heard? Dean's got gas. That's right. He's got real gas, not the stinky kind, the good kind. And he wants to give it to you. $100 of gas could be yours if you can do just a little task. Head over to rock101.com to our contest page, and you'll find a link to the North Shore Auto Mall page. If you can find the picture of Dean plus the secret code, you've got a shot at $100 in free fuel.
Very nice. Thank you, Elise. Dean also has Money Hungry Carl available, so you can win some money by stuffing Carl's blowhole. And he also has Super Bowl party tickets for the next couple days as well. So you can look forward to that on Dean's show in the afternoons on Rock 101. And thank you to Elise. And you can always see the slow descent of our editors into insanity when you watch those pieces.
Yes, thank you for that.
They're all going.
Speaking of